Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's Messages of Love from Above. As always, super excited to see what messages come through for us. Before we get into the readings, I do love to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or on replay, we can all join together outside of space and time where all that beautiful unconditional love exists, and we can send it out to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath, come back to right here, right now. And just allow that love to fall down into our heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world. Circling the globe with beautiful, beautiful, unconditional love from above, sparking the hearts of all who are ready to raise their love vibration. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love right now, for your own heart, for your mind, your body, a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Let's take it in like a giant group hug from your spiritual posse, who are always around you, giving you such unconditional love and attention, never, ever, ever alone. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that as well. And before we get into the readings, I just want to let everyone know we have one day left to enter my weekly drawing. Every Monday, I do have a drawing for a personal recorded reading. And we are celebrating having reached 1,500 plus YouTube subscribers. So thank you guys so much. A big, big hug, a virtual hug to all of you. Couldn't have done it without you, as always. And it's beautiful, just this community, this soul family that has formed over these months as we, you know, uh, just come together in beautiful, beautiful love energy. So the last 2 Mondays, I've given away a 1 hour person recorded reading and 15-minute person recorded readings, and I'm doing the same tomorrow. Every Tuesday, I do put out a video announcing the drawing for the following Monday, letting you know what is going to be given away and how you enter that. So if you have not already gone into your notification settings and made sure it says all, I encourage you to do that because you get notified then of when I'm going live, but also any new videos I put out, including the giveaway winners and the new drawing announcement. Because Tuesday I'm going to have some for next week, the following week, I can have some extra little drawings that I'm having. So I'm excited. I love to give away stuff. So that's that. Also, yesterday morning, we had the April readings come out for each individual zodiac sign. So if you haven't checked those out, there's the playlist for that. And oh yeah, I forgot. This morning we put out a new pick a card reading. But here, while I'm waiting for that to load, here is the pick a card that came out in the middle of last week, which is where can you use some light in your life? So I like that one. And then, of course, there's one that came out this morning, which I forgot to cut and paste in here. Fail, fail. All right, let me grab that real quick here. And all right, there it is. And so this one was all about what's the next step towards your life purpose that they want you to know about. And so that's the one for that. Let me just post that up here too. There we go. All right. So that's all the blah, blah, blah. I just like to make sure everyone knows about the free things that are available because we can all use free things. So let me get my desktop all set up here and we will get in to the readings. And if you are new to my channel or to these readings, excuse me, how they work is I do go down in order for the free readings. First come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is the magical list. And then what else? Wow, I need some more coffee. But oh yeah, so if anyone makes a donation, I do step out of the free readings to honor that energy exchange. And so I step out, I complete the free reading, the donation readings, and go deeper into those. Then I do the free readings. And once I'm done, I step back in order and move down. I'm usually on for about 2 hours, depending on what's going on. And yeah, so that's it. And how to make a donation, you can click on the super chat at the bottom of the chat. YouTube does take a third of that for administration fees. And if you want to make a donation another way, if you check out the pinned comment or the description box of the video, you'll see my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. Yeah, someone brought up a good point of just, is there a donation amount now? I honor any donation amount. I know everyone has fluctuating income, and $1 to someone could be $1 million to them, and $1 million to someone could be $1 to them, depending on what their financial status is. So I don't judge it. I just honor it. So any donation amount is welcome. All right. So that is the skinny. And so let's get started here. All right. So very good. Yeah, exactly, Claudia P. If individuals are out of work, and that's why I love offering free readings and for that, because everyone's in a different spot, and not everyone is able to make a donation. So that's why I put out a lot of free content, and why I go live Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, offering free readings. And then, of course, bruddaZEN needs to eat too. That's why I accept donations too. So this is my work. If you call it work, I just love doing it. All right, so enough blabbing. Let's get started. I don't have any donations yet, so we'll start at the very top. And Anya Ahuya, you are up first. Anyone want to know what are Sarang's feelings towards you? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? I am using the Tarot of the Mystical Moments. This is what they look like. If you love them and you're like, oh my gosh, I want them for myself, you know what they look like if you want to find them on Amazon or wherever. So let's take a look here. So what are Sarang's feelings towards you? All right. Well, I do like this for you. Whenever we get the Wheel of Fortune coming in, it means fortunate things are headed your way, endings and new beginnings that are for you. Even your human will feel like it's for you, because really the Wheel of Fortune tells us that everything that unfolds in our life does unfold for us. It's fated. We wanted to go through it. And so all the stuff, all the experiences are always for our highest experience. Though this human sometimes has trouble going, why would I want that? When we don't realize it, like the impact or what it's teaching us or where it's taking us, until much later in life, or when we're back on the other side going, oh, that's right. That's why I wanted that to happen. But the Wheel of Fortune says that even our human side of us, our human psyche goes, this is fortunate for me. It's for me. So I like it. Now, you're talking about feelings of sarong for you, but King of Swords, when anyone asks about feelings around someone, the King of Swords, they rule over thought and belief and mindset in the mental realm, and all the kings are given a second portion of air. So they're really in their mind, really like air sign energy, which I'm an air sign. We can be in our head about things, and emotions are kind of just kept in a nice little Tupperware containers in our heart in a refrigerated room to keep them fresh. But they're down there. We spend a lot of time in our minds, and I feel like that's where they're at. They think about you a lot. Feelings, I feel like that's what happens with the Wheel of Fortune is some feelings get activated and they're allowed to express themselves, but it is like this mechanism. Chick, chick, oh, chick, 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 oh, heart activated. It takes a lot of activity for the heart to be activated with them. But I do feel like they will express their emotions for you here, and there will be movement forward in that with that Wheel of Fortune. So good things to come. Like I said, it just takes time for that little ching 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 to get to their heart to go beep, and you're like all that activity and the little. It's like they're showing me this factory of like, whoosh, all this smoke and all this activity and all these huge wheels and all this movement, and then, boo, and then a little tic tac comes out, and you're like, all of that for that. Okay, well, I'm gonna be grateful for the tic tac, but can I have another one? So I like that. So enjoy the process, Anya, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. So spiritual gifts, Diva, you're up next. So anything that you need to know in your current situation. Let's see what does spirit think you should know here in the current situation. We got the divas in the house. We got Dollface Diva coming up here in a moment. All right. So it feels like in your current situation here, we've got the choice energy coming in here, and it could be around lovers, could be around a significant relationship, right? Because we've got the choices, which this is the emotional choice card. We have the justice card, which is the balancing of thought and belief and mindset with the justice holding that huge ace of swords. And I don't feel like this is anything new to you, but it's just being reinforced that, it's connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm to cut away, the out of balanced approach we have to relationships with the expectations, the fears of losing conditional love that are underneath our surface that were constantly poured in, throughout our life. And who are you supposed to be in a relationship? Who are they supposed to be in a relationship? How is the relationship supposed to start? How is it to continue? Where is it supposed to go to? Blah, 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 right? So many rules around something. It's like, oh, I just wanted to go have fun. It's like going to a park as a child and wanting to ride the swings and do this and do that. And you get there and there's all these rules. You must start on the slide. You must spend approximately 30 seconds on the slide, and then you must move to the merry-go-round. And on the merry-go-round, you must spin only 10 times, and then you must leave the merry-go-round and go to the seesaw. You must sit on the seesaw. There's no one there, so you just have to sit there for 10 minutes. And if no one comes, then you move on to the blah, blah, blah. It's like you just took all the fun out of going to the playground. And that's what happens with relationships. We have all these rules around, all of that stuff around a relationship that just makes it like work instead of an adventure. And I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know right now around love, around a relationship, around anything in life, really. But that's what they want you to know right now. So I like that. I've never heard that, with that scenario before, so I like it. New things to use. All right, but that's what they have. Spiritual gifts, divas. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Encouraged by Aaron. Hello. So you are up next. Where um, are you on your spiritual healing journey? And are you still in danger? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Well, I liked the answer of the last, because that's like an important question. Is, are you in danger? You have the Four of Wands. Wands is stable energy. I like, up on top of the house here, safe from everything, safe from harm. Just don't fall off the roof, right? But I feel like you're in this, Four of Wands is happiness, joy, celebration, gatherings together and stuff too. So I like that. That would be, I don't feel like you're in danger unless you fall off the top of the house. So don't do that. Um, Spiritual journey, you are on this, where you're at on your spiritual journey here is you're really discovering, this is like the Lover's card. This is the power of emotional choice. And the Three of Swords is having you look into your fears and understanding that, every moment is a choice between either unconditional love of the higher realm and the fears of losing conditional love of the human realm. All these expectations, the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the musts in life that we're told have to be. And we're like, really? Are they really? And we start to question that. We realize that all these expectations, that's just one side. That on the other side, we have a second choice of unconditional love. And neither is right, neither is wrong. They're just different vibrations. They just impact us differently. And I love that. The analogy this morning when I was in my contemplation period was that life is like a pendulum. We're going back and forth in our human experience, right? So when the pendulum's going like this, and we're in our lower vibrational fear energy, we are feeling the swing of back and forth from extremes to extremes, right? As it's going like this. But as we move up on the pendulum, raising our love vibration, do you see how it's not like, whoa, whoa, it's just toot, toot. And then eventually, as we get higher, we're not as impacted by the things of the outside world as when we're in our lower vibration going, whoa, wow. And I feel like that's where you're on your path now, is you're realizing the difference in the vibration and the impact of the emotional choices, the mental choices we make, because every moment is a mental choice of the story we're putting to it. Is it a story of fear, of losing conditional love, of our worth, of our rejectability, all that? Or is it of unconditional love? And depending on what story we're putting, what emotion we're choosing to feel, and where we're investing our energy, we're going to feel those huge sways in our life. Or as we move our love vibration up, we're less impacted by those choices. We're less impacted by, the different things. So that is what they have for you right now. I feel like they are saying you're in a great place. You're really discovering the pain that you had was fear, and that you have another choice of unconditional love. Unconditional love feels expansive, empowering, full of that unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. And when we have thoughts around fear that means this about me, and it's restricting and small, and you feel powerless, and you feel emotions related to fear, then okay, this is a fear emotion. I don't have to feel that way about it anymore. I can find the higher truth in it, in my power. And then you transform old pain, you transform old ways of looking at things. Six of Cups is coming in my mind. They're showing me the card, which this is good for everyone too, is that, when we all have emotional memories, and They're either going to be full of unconditional love, which are probably few and far between in our human experience, uh, up to a certain point, right? Most of them are going to be a lot of emotions of pain, which is fear, because the prick in our heart. And so when we go back and look at a painful memory, when we have this aha with the Two of Cups that every moment is either one or the other, like, okay, was it of unconditional love? No. So it was a fear of losing conditional love. And when we realize when the human character is in fear, like a little child self feels unsafe or out of control, we flip out. We literally leave our brain, or we kick out the adult, mature, intelligent brain side of us, and we become a little 2-year-old. I usually like to say we become a cat because the cat mind hisses and attacks or hisses and runs away. And we realize when in a painful memory, if we can sit and observe it without getting involved in all the pain and just look at it from a distance without activating all our fear in the situation, we can look at it and go, okay, so how in this situation is there fear? So the other person, what they said and what they did, if it wasn't intelligent and it wasn't full of compassion and unconditional love, then it was a fear. And when we're in fear, we're out of our minds doing stupid things that are not kind. It's like a 2-year-old just trying to get back feeling safe and in control again. So what they were doing and saying had nothing to do with us because they're freaking out. Like when you swim out to rescue someone who's drowning and they're panicking and they smack you upside your head. It's not personal. When they see you and they're like, they grab onto you with this panic in their eyes and they pull you underwater with them. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're trying to murder me and they smacked me. We get them back to shore and they calm down. You see the human in them, the panic leaves and the human comes back, right? And then we realize what they did and what they were saying had nothing to do with me. They were just freaking out. We're like, oh, and then, oh, my actions. Yeah, I was a hissy cat, or I ran, I attacked or I ran. And it's like, oh, okay. So I was in fear. They were in fear. Whoever else was, they were all in fear. And we were all doing stupid stuff, trying to feel safe and in control again. And we're like, oh, and we start to look at the situation differently. We start looking at the other person differently. And we start looking at ourselves differently, most importantly. And we're like, this wasn't about me. And we transform those feelings of fear, of pain, into something more. We forgive the situation where we stop being a vessel of pain because of someone else's words and actions, and we become a vessel of love, mainly self-love. And it doesn't mean that we forget what people did. Like, I'm not swimming out to rescue them anymore because they smack me and try to kill me every time. That's okay. We remember that, but we can forgive, let the wrath go, and stop being a vessel of pain. So that is what they have for you right now, Aaron, and I'm sure that was more for than just you and me as well. But thank you for asking that question and that vulnerability, and many blessings to you. All right. So, Dollface Diva, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation that came through here. All right. Let me just scroll down here. All right. Thank you so much, Zatavia Wimbush. And let's see here. Your question was up further. So why did NR delete your friend request? All right. So let's take a look here. And let's see what's going on inside of their minds, or just what spirit wants you to know around this situation. So let's take a look here. Yeah. So as far as why did they delete the quest in the human aspect of their mind, spirit is like going, it's, whatever's going inside of their mind, it's fear. It's, there's this, um, whenever a human, like I was just talking about with fear, anytime someone feels unsafe or out of control, they're going to do stupid stuff. So that's what they're basically saying is like they're in fear, they feel out of control or unsafe in some way, and it could have nothing to do with anything particular that you're doing, because they could just have these expectations in their mind. They have this complete story in their mind, living their little life. And so when they're deleting it, they just want to feel safe. And so that's what they feel they need to do. Now, when we're looking at why is this happening for you, that's different. And let me get my screen back here so I can see. Okay. So for you, the reason why they are being kept out of your life is for you, because this is a time here. I mean, both of these cards reinforce it, that the nine is the hermit's journey and the pentacles is about your self-worth. And so it's turning inward to find your worth from the inside. And so they're keeping this individual out of your life so that you can focus on this and not have that distract or deter you from turning inward and really here is spirit, discovering who you are. That and the Hierophant too is also turning inward to find your capital T truth on who you really are and what you're wanting out of life. And so spirit's kind of like, it's funny, spirit is like blocking people from you for you. If try to let that sink in, because they want you to come inward, to discover this. I mean, you've got spirit here showing you your truth, spirit here helping you see the truth about who you really are and the powerful being that you are, and that other people's actions, like we were just talking about, have nothing to do with you. But your higher self and spirit will keep people out of your path if it's going to slow you down on where you're wanting to head. And I feel like with these two cards coming in, there is this transitional, transformational type of energy that's coming in for this time in your life, that it's leading you out of this cycle of, depending on people to try to, define you, and then them sorely disappointing you. And you're just kind of at this point of, when am I going to find somebody dependable? And they're like, when you look in here, you will find the only dependable person you can depend on right there. Not me, but you, pointing at yourself. And it's like, yes, yes, yes. In spirit, and this beautiful energy within. So that is what they're, wanting you to just look in there, because they are blocking you. It's like, if you ever go to a bar and you with friends and you're trying to like get a date and meet people, but your best friend keeps on cutting people off and not letting them get to you. That's spirit right now. But it's for you, because they're teaching you this empowerment that you have within you. So that is what they are bringing in for you, Zatavia. So that's what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right, Dollface Diva, you are up. You'd like a general for next week. Let's see what they have here for you. So for next week, I'm just going to take a quick sip here. Wow. So you've got a pretty nice, stable week here with Ace of Swords. Is like you're going to be getting new communication coming in next week. This can mean new ways of looking at things, but I feel strongly They're just going, nope, this is communication. You're going to have some new news come in um, that helps you recognize this King of Pentacles is abundance. So it's like a news of abundance in a way that shows you your worth in relationship to the outside world. It really reinforces it and allows you to see things differently. So, whatever this does, I mean, it can be just someone contacting you and just thanking you for being the amazing you, or it could be a financial reward of some kind or a gift that you receive. Whatever it is, it's this communication, this message that comes in that just is a nice reflection from the outside world on your impact on the world, right? Which is great. The human ego, it loves the validation from the outside world, but we don't necessarily have to seek it. But when we get it, it's like, thank you. My human side of me definitely appreciates it. Like our higher selves are so powerful. They don't need any of that, but it feels good. And I feel like you have a really nice feel good this week in communication about just someone being appreciative of you, which is well deserved, of course. So I like that for you, though. I feel like there's a pinnacle of maybe it happens more than once too. It's like you get this, you get that, and you're just like, don't detract from it. I know it's difficult for all of us to receive compliments, right? Something when I was a manager in the company I worked for over 20 years, I know, they had us go through Dale Carnegie, which was a scary, wonderful adventure because you had to get up in front of people and talk about things and really become vulnerable to your management team that you work with. And one of the beautiful ahas that came from it, though, is they had us break off into small groups of like 6 people, and you wrote down on a little note card um, something that you sincerely really liked about each of the individuals. And then each of us had to take a turn on sitting there and people telling us what they liked about us. How uncomfortable in the beginning. The only thing they go, you can't say anything, but if accept, thank you. And we were like, whoa, because we had such an habit of people going, what I really like about you is blah blah blah. And like, oh no, 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 no. I mean, everybody does that. We always try to downplay our compliments, or, you know, oh no, you are blah blah blah. So I feel like your assignment for next week is when people are telling you these things that they're thankful for you or whatever, that not to uh, dilute the compliment and what they're trying to do and share with you, is just to say thank you. And so that's your assignment, Dollface Diva. And anyone else that resonates with. All right. So there you go. Many blessings to you. All right. Very good. Yeah, Zatavia, I did receive your donation. I already completed your reading if you want to rewind. So again, thank you for your donation. All right. So Christy Okana, hello. And you'd like a general reading? Let's see what Spirit has for you right here. All right. I feel like these cards came out together. I don't think they came out for you, but maybe they did. If you've asked for a general reading, I feel like this came out yesterday, but maybe it's just I dreamt about it. You never know. But I feel like the right now there's this balance going on here between heart and mind. The Queen of Swords rolls over thought. She has an Ace of Swords that allows her to see things from this higher perspective and cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that keep us low. It's like the sandbags that keep the hot air balloon from going places, and it's cutting away things so that you're rising in your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, about you, about love, because this is, of course, emotion here. But I feel it's not like limited love. I feel like it's just this process that you're doing, this cutting things here and there, and you just feel like you're rising higher and higher and higher. And with the balancing of heart and mind, because the Queen of Swords, all the queens receive water, so she's half air, half water, is a balancing of heart and mind that's coming in, allowing you as you're making decisions around your life that you're allowing your true heart, your high heart to come in, and not just making decisions that are logical, but that are for you and bringing you this beautiful feeling of heartfelt living. Ooh, that's interesting. So, heartfelt living is what you're being kind of nudged into, especially with this Knight of Cups. All knights have a quest, and this knight is in search of the Holy Grail. I mean, how cliche, I know, but the Holy Grail, the chalice, is full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. And I really love this one because it's like they're playing their heart like a guitar or, you know, one of those types of stringed instruments. And it's like allowing your heart to be expressed. And this is the heartfelt living is the message for you right now, is to allow your heart to have a say so in decisions. Because, of course, as you know, you've been sacrificing and giving away to everyone else. It's like you've been playing your heart for everyone, but now it's time for you to play your heart for you and play your song. Allow your heart to truly sing in your life. So I like it for you, Christy. I feel like that's a message that you've been getting, though. But they're just reinforcing that for you at this time. So I like it. So many, many blessings to you. And up next, we've got Mega. Hello. So, what are R's current feelings and next actions towards you? When will he come to me too? Let's see what Spirit has for you here. So, current feelings here. So, we've got this 10 of Pentacles, which represents like abundance. Usually they'll have, and they kind of have it here. See if I can get it to focus. There you go. They have the home and the partnership and the children and the dog. And, you know, so this is like a full life. So they see you as someone that they could have this full life with. So you're like a candidate for happily ever after, or at least checking off all the boxes that they feel like a full life should be, which I kind of feel like that is more them with the swords here, the Five of Swords, that they're more of a, you know, again, like we had air sign energy earlier at the towards the beginning of these readings, where it's someone that's more mental, that is like, okay, these are all the things, you know, it's like they're following a recipe of life. Okay, I have someone that I care for. I'll have a home and children and this and this and this and this. These are the things that are required, and I feel like they're focused in on that, not like on romance and, you know, deep love and, oh, I'm looking for the love of my life and then we'll live happily ever after. I feel like they're like happy equals and I get that after these things. And it's like, it doesn't feel like romance, but it just feels like not transactional. It's not quite that extreme, but it's like they're looking at that, you know. And the reason I say that too is because of this Five of Swords, which they're conflicted in their mind. They're trying to figure out, is everything on the list going to be done? But then, you know, like some of their expectations are different from, you know, their heart's expectations or someone else's expectations on the outside, because the Five of Swords represents conflict, communication conflict, expectation conflict. So I feel like there's like this going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. And they're kind of in this fork in the road type of thing, right? So they have feelings, but the feelings are kind of like stuffed behind this indecision that's going on right now. And so next actions and when will they come to me? It's like undetermined right now with where their energy is at, because they're kind of going back and forth, back and forth. Think of it like the Five of Swords, like a almost like the Justice card where they have the big sword and there's scales on either side. It's like, well, I don't know. Do I want to do that or do that? I don't know. I don't know. And I just feel like they're just spinning in their head. And so decisions right now are not made, and they're, kind of standing at a fork in a road going, I don't know. Do I want to? I don't know. That's the kind of picture that they're have in my head. So that's what they have for you right now, Mega. So while we're waiting for other people, the waiting period is always for us. So if things are going slow on their end, it's like, oh, this is for me as well. So while I'm waiting, I dive into me. I look at my self love, because that's the best thing I can do while I'm waiting for love to come my way, is to open up the capacity for me to love others and receive love. And because we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves, right? So I love myself this much. No matter how much love I want to pour out, it's just going to trickle out. No matter how much love they want to give me, it's just going to trickle in. So the more I open up my self love in communicating with my higher self and spirit and finding that unconditional love inside, it expands and opens that up to where the flow will also open up for my human interactions. So that's what they have for you right now, Mega. So many blessings to you. Enjoy that adventure. And many blessings to you. You are welcome, everybody. All right. So Vidi Jalan, you are up next. So hello. Why is the Capricorn in your dreams recently? Uh-oh. What's going on here? Let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit has me taking on a quick sip here. Ooh, Well, here we have literally look at dreaming about the Two of Cups, right? So what I feel this is, it's about your mind. The swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, and your human side here is looking through these expectations. It's sleeping, it's connecting to higher realms, and it is your spirit team and your mind. While your mind is at rest, your spirit team has you look at thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around love. And so when they're in your dreams, it's the time when it's like the guard of your brain is asleep, and spirit can kind of sneak in and like, okay, this is our time to communicate, and it's time for your subconscious and your shadow and your spiritual posse and to all come together to help work through things and talk through things, process through things. And so that's why they're appearing, is to allow you to really understand what you are wanting and that type of thing. So that is what's coming in for me with the cards right here. It's you're working through beliefs and mindsets around your love for them, and any fears will come up, and you'll face them, you'll work through them. Your desires, your true desires, will come in that types of dreams too. It just allows you to again, it's processing time for you. So that's what's coming through. It doesn't feel like a premonition type dream. It feels like it's work. It's spiritual work, uh, and that's what's going on with that right now. So that's what they have for you, VD. Many blessings to you. All right, and we'll continue moving down the list. So we are to self-love. Hello. So where are you going to meet your life partner, and will there be, let's see, will there be live marriage or arranged marriage? Oh, okay, love marriage. I get, yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, so let's take a look here. So we'll pull two cards. One's going to be where, and will it be like love, or it's going to be prearranged and eventually turn into love, right? Let's take a look here. All right, well, the second card out, I just want to jump to this one right away. It's going to be love. So I don't feel like this is a an arranged one. If it is arranged, it's someone that you have definitely love feelings for, because this is definitely a beautiful, loving relationship. So I like that. So I feel like it's leaning more towards love, right? And then where are you going to meet him? We have the Emperor here. And the Emperor, really represents, you stepping up and you standing up, and you know usually there's a bunch of people around an emperor with all their blah 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 in their brain, telling them the supposed to's and the shoulds and the need to's and the have to's and all that. But the emperor's like, all right, I've had enough, I've heard everyone, now everyone get out of the throne room, I'm going to make the decision, this is my life and my kingdom, I get to decide. And I feel like this energy that's around here is um like you're going to meet them somewhere where you would not normally meet people, because you are standing up for yourself and you are making a decision to go somewhere to do something, and that's out of the norm. So I feel like it's like almost rebellious in a way. Like, I don't care, I'm going to go do this, and even though everyone's telling me you can't go do that, and then that's where you meet them, is this in this moment of rebellion. That you go somewhere that you is against the grain, it's against what everyone else is telling you is appropriate, or you can't go do that, and you're like, watch me, and you go do it. But not so mean, I know you're not that way anyway, but you're just like, well, I really want to go do this, so I'm going to go do it. I hope you guys don't um, hate me too much, but if you do, oh, well, I'll live with it, because I really want to go do this. And you go do it, whether it's traveling or going to a concert or something, whatever you go, it's something like that. So I like that for you, self love. So here we go. Many blessings to you. All right. So, Stella, you are up next. And what your dreams are trying to tell you. Yeah, I imagine everyone's going through some pretty crazy dreaming right now with the eclipses coming up. They're already impacting us. So make sure to check out your monthly reading for April too, because that does talk about the Mercury retrograde and the impact of the eclipses on us by zodiac sign. So you can check that out here. Yeah. So your dreams here, you've got the King of Wands, which this does represent your higher self coming in here. So it's your spiritual team and your higher self really having you look into yourself. The Queen of Pentacles here, this is a new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, freedom. And I feel like what your higher self is trying to do is help you. One, they're showing you dreams of taking care of yourself and um, putting attention towards yourself, because it's a time for nurturing you and for transforming things within you, for a new rebirth, a new birth for you. This Queen of Pentacles is really um, bringing in this energy of all this love and all this attention that you just give and give and give and give and give and give, that it's time to bring that, and you get to fill up and everyone else gets the overflow. The self-sacrificing, energies that were poured into you all your life of like, no, 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 this is who you are. You are supposed to give away everything to everyone else. And if there's anything left over, you get the morsels. And they're like, mm-mm. This is a time in your life with that King of Wands, stepping into your power, stepping into your energy, allowing yourself to be full. Everyone else gets overflow. You get to be full. And I feel like this is the type of energy, the type of, so if you're dreaming about cutting away things, throwing away things, or searching for something that you can't find, it's because they're having you come back to you, and they're wanting you to get rid of all this black holes that you're investing and pouring all your light into, so that the light stays within you and that you get the attention, you get the love. You deserve your love more than anyone, and so you get to have it first. So that's what I feel is coming through with this card for your dreams right now. So that's what they have for you, Stella. So many blessings to you. And so up next, we've got Ms. Draw. So who is coming towards you soon, and how will he be? Let's take a look here. So let's see, who is coming to you soon? No one soon. I'm sorry. We got Temperance here coming in. Like, who's coming towards you soon? They're like, no, well, Temperance is patience as things are being converted and, going back and forth. So they're individuals are not going to be here soon yet because they're being prepared for you. You're being prepared for them in doing your inner work and raising your self-love. So it's like it's being drawn out to give you both time to raise your vibration so you're on the same plane of love vibration. Because where you guys are at now, you'll miss one another because you're at different love levels of your vibration of self-love. And so it's like as you guys are on the same, then it draws and attracts you together. So they're saying, not right now. And for your time, they're saying the Four of Swords is the important thing, which is also, here's peace of mind, where you're connecting more to the capital T truths of the higher realm, and expectations around love and relationships is what is being moved away during this waiting period, both on your side and their side. So as we look at our fears of losing conditional love and all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around relationship, that's what's coming in here, is that they're slicing and cutting them away so that you guys will be attracted and have a good match. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of, they're showing me like this, it'll be, if you appear now, it's like you have enough where it will be like it doesn't connect. But like if something else changes, then it's like this connection, right? So if that makes sense, there's just some things that need to fall away on both each other's parts, so that the there shall be Lego pieces, so that the Lego pieces go chink instead of so there you go, Ms. Draw. But that's what's happening right now. So it's not going to be super soon because there's transformation that's happening on both of your sides right now. I know. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right, Mira, you are up next. Pisces, look at the fish. I love the blue fish. Is that a blue tang, I think? So feelings and next actions towards you. Let's take a look here from your Pisces. All right. Well, there's a lot of fiery energy here that's coming in with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration. So there is this transformation that's happening around their passions. Which is good because the Five of Wands starts off feeling conflicting, and then it turns into something more loving and more drawing forward. It's like fear energy that transforms into something else. And I feel here, the Ten of Wands, you can see here how burdened the person feels with all of this energy they're investing into, you know, life and love, and it makes sense with Pisces. They're a water sign, so they definitely have a lot of emotional energy that they're putting out, but there's this change happening here with them with the 10, because that's endings and new beginnings, and they're moving from this place of feeling like overwhelming and over, like they're just feel almost exhausted and burdened by all the emotions that they're putting out everywhere, that it takes them having this change of where they're investing their energy for them to be able to move forward and to take action towards you. I almost feel like with this, they've got so many people demanding emotional attention in their life. And I don't feel like they're all romantic. I feel like it's family and work and friends and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, but I want to give you, like, this is you. I want to just give you attention. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. There we go. So I want to give you attention, but everyone else is demanding so much. That's why they're like, this is you, the flower they want to have, but everyone else is just like, ah. And, you know, that is what they're learning. That is what they're growing through because, you know, everyone can demand my attention, but I don't have to say yes. I'm the one that gets to decide where I invest all of my energy. And I feel like that is what they're learning is like, well, I don't want to make people angry. I don't want to, but I can't please all the people all the time. And I only have one pitcher of energy and 100 cups demanding it. If I give each cup a little bit, they're only filling up everyone a little bit. And they're like, I've got to decide which I'm going to fill. And that's, I feel, is happening. So they're in that figuring out period right now. And so I feel like it's going to be a little while because they very much have this anchor in people pleasing. And so they're facing their fears of letting people down to be able to do what they want to do. And that's a huge pivotal point in their life. So it's not an easy, small thing that they're going through. So that's why it's taking longer than you would think, but it's huge for them because they have huge fears about letting people down. So that's what they have, Mira. I know what's going on, but that's what they have. So many blessings for you. Hang in there. And Jushri, you'll be up next for the next free reading. But I do have a donation, so I'm going to complete that first, and then I shall return. All right. And so Renee, hello. So a little bit more about working for that individual. You want to know, if it's a good opportunity? All right, let's take a look here and see what the energy would be around working for them. And you get to determine if it would be good. There's no judgment, on the spiritual side of life. They're just like, there's no good or bad. There's just experience. And it's just like, there's no bad movie. There's just different types of movies is what they're showing me in my head here. So let's take a look here at the energies here. Okay. And then what about these? All right. And then ultimately that. Okay. Let me flip my camera back here so I can see. There we go. So you have the moon card here. So there's a lot of hidden, unknown things around this position, around working for them. There'll be a lot of hidden things that are going to bubble up from the deep. It'll bring things up forward here for you because you have the Seven of Swords. So the combination of these two really together do tell you that, working for them it would be challenging because it brings up some fears. It brings up some of your old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel and allow you to realize how opportunities have been stolen from you, or of which your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have deceived you. And so there's these beliefs that come bubbling up from below, which does take you into this hermit type of journey where it is very reflective for you. It does take you into this really contemplative place, right? Which is exciting and maybe scary. What is in within the deep, right? Because you have emotional stability here. So it's not going to make you, you know, go too far into, emotional extremes. There is emotional stability as you're going through it. But the Queen of Cups, has the same energy really as the moon in a way, because the queen is water, and she gets a second portion of water, which allows her to dive deep, into the unknown, into the emotions, and understands what of her excuse me, emotions are demanding to be heard and demanding to be transformed. They want attention. So it definitely would, um, I feel like it would just, there's going to be triggers that would be pushed, but, in the end, it's, um, you know, we want to look at our triggers, but we enjoy it most in looking back at them, right? They're showing us like we want to release our triggers. It's like I want this band-aid ripped off my arm because it's, but I want to look at it later of when it was ripped off, that I'm reflecting back on it, not experiencing the ripping off, the slow tear of the hair as the as the band-aid is ripped off. So it's like, yeah, I do want it, but ugh, so I feel like that's the type of thing that's happening here. It would definitely be huge growth, but it will be fiery. Here you have the Knight of Wands here, which is, pursuit of stepping into our power. This is the quest. It really will help you find your empowerment. Really, with that, it helps you, the Knight of Wands quests after the Ace of Wands, which allows you to realize a lot about the power you have in co-creating your life, and how much of your energy draws in and repels things out of your life. But so it is a growth experience. It feels very empowering through it, but it's one of those things. Is it what I want right now in my life? Do I want those challenges? Do I want to face all these triggers? Or have I been doing enough and I want to break for a while? And that's totally up to you, which I like. So that is what they have for you right now, Renee. So thank you so much for your donation and hang in there. All right. So we'll continue moving down the free list. We left off with Anjushri, and you want to know what that he likes in you. All right. Excuse me. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about what he likes in you? And they're telling me, of course, that, when we ask questions about what people like in us, we're a mirror. And so when we go, what do you like about me? They're like, well, you're handsome, you're this, you're that. And it's all things they see in themselves reflected in you. So I usually, they like to state that up front, because when a monkey looks in a mirror, they see a monkey. When a lion looks in a mirror, they see a lion, right? So let's take a look here and see what they see here. All right. So what they like about you here is, the Tower card it's like this bravery. You're not afraid to restart things. You don't, it's like you grasp this, it's like this hopeful energy that you have, in that everything that unfolds for me. If something's removed, it's making space for something to grow. It's like you have this tendency, this habit of finding the silver lining in things. Like you have this core belief deep down inside you that whatever unfolds for you. Like life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you, and that you can find a silver lining in something. So I feel like you have a very positive attitude, a very joyful, hopeful type of energy. And they really like that in you because, of course, we can be someone who's very pessimistic. It's pessimism, right? Yeah, because optimistic. Like you're an optimist, and there's like a lot of pessimism around in life, with everything going on in the world. And it's like you're this bright little, well, but look at it this way. Look at it this way. You try to show people the brighter side of life, and they like that about you. So that is what, I feel they have for you right now. The one thing, many things, but that's the one thing they want you to know right now. All right. So many blessings to you on Jushri. And we have the real Hadiza, not the fake, but the real one. And you want to know, what should your major be in college, and who is your new lover going to be? All right. Well, I'm going to pull one card for each, and let's see what we've got here. So your major in college, you got the Four of Pentacles here, and the Four of Pentacles really is like this message of don't lock yourself in. Um, Allow yourself to explore a little bit, because the Four of Pentacles is the energy of discovering that the outside world is very unstable. When we define ourselves by the outside world, it really brings, we realize the instability of it, because when we define ourselves by it and all those things being unstable, we feel unstable. So I feel like they're like, don't lock yourself in to a major yet. I know you probably have to declare one in the beginning, but I feel like they are saying just step forward and allow yourself the exploration of it, because it doesn't define you. And I feel like you're going through this journey of discovering, what does my heart want, and it doesn't know, because you've maybe been kind of trapped in mindsets from the past of everyone telling you what you should be when you grow up, and what you should go to college for, what your career should be, all these supposed to be's. And I feel like, you know that's like them trying to chain you in, and you're like, don't allow things to chain you in yet. Allow yet allow yourself to, um, declare a major, because you can change your major usually at any time, but like step forward and begin the experience, and start connecting to your heart to see what would make your heart sing. Balancing heart and mind, not, just off the mind based on everyone's expectations. It's like, well, this makes sense, but my heart would really like to do this. And your mind can go, well, you know what? That works too. And then it's a win win, because you won't have a job or a career that you wake up every day going, ugh, you know. And that's what happens. You can go to, like, I know when I was growing up, my dad really thought I'd make a great accountant, because I had math and eye for detail and stuff, and was doing some of his bookkeeping as a teenager. And when I took my first accounting class, my heart was like, no. So I was like, no. Then I tried a finance class, and then I tried a computer class, and I tried some different classes that fell within the, you have to have a certain amount of other optional classes, and I discovered that I didn't want to go to college anymore at that time. But that's what they have kind of, regarding your major. And who's your new love going to be? Well, the World card is coming in here too. So you've got this kind of this, um, time in your life right now. They're like, the world is ending of old cycles and beginning of new, letting go of a lot of expectations here. And I feel like they're not giving you specific answers because they want you to be able to go with the flow. They want you to start this new adventure because the world card is the last card in the major arcana. And the next card after that is the Fool card, the zero, which is zero expectations. And it's like heading off into this new adventure in your life without all the rules, looking at it like wide open, not attached to the outcomes or the who and the how and the when, but just really being in the moment and allowing yourself to release yourself from a lot of these rules and supposed tos and shoulds. So I feel like they're giving you a couple cards that are all about letting things go, let go of control, and trust the universe and take some deep breaths, allow things to fall away so that you can see that there's so much more out there than what we've been taught. And it just frees and opens up things. So I feel like they're in the process of like, um, they're showing me like a really huge crowded room that's just full of stuff, and you're like, what's going to be put in here? And they're like, well, let's focus on getting everything moved out first. So we're taking everything outside and donating it or having a garage sale, and they're just clearing out the room. And you're like, well, what's going to be in here? They're like, let's just focus on clearing out the room, and then trust me, it's going to be amazing. And you're like, all right, I trust you, but and then you are clearing stuff out. Like, what's going to go in here? They're like, just give it time. I feel like that's the energy. So I know, we want answers, but they will tell us what we need to know right now. And so that's what you need to know. So many blessings for there, Hadiza. Hang in there. Glad you have a sense of humor. All right. So, Queen, you are up next. So, did the tall guy with glasses who looked at you today find you attractive? He's from your religious community. So, we're going to call him Glasses. So, does Glasses, did he find you attractive? All right. Let's see what they've got here for you. So, we've got this. The Queen of Pentacles is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And I feel like, it's interesting because I feel like this is their mind. They have all these expectations of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the musts. And they have like a lot of expectations around individuals. And I feel like the one thing like they focused in on was your this energy you have of being like nurturing, like you're huge hearted. And I feel like that's what they saw, and I feel like they see with their mind. So are our thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets. So it was more an observation than attractiveness, because I feel like they are a huge um like air sign. At least that kind of energy where they think. And so it's more, they don't go like, oh, they're just like, oh, I've noticed that they seem to be a very loving, giving individual. So it's interesting. I don't feel like they are this, huge, they don't allow their heart to have a whole lot of say so in things. They have all these very much in their mind. So that's what's coming through there, Queen. So it's like, well, that is kind of, they found me attractive. And it's like, well, they more observed that you have a positive quality about you. So it's like Spock asking Spock if they, from Star Trek, do you find them attractive? Well, I do recognize that they have this ability. It's like, so is that a yes or no? And it's like, trying to get emotion out of Spock. So that's what they have for you, Queen. So many blessings to you. All right. So up next for the next free reading, we've got Soul Meets Zoe. And you want to know, what does your guardian angel Claudia? I love it. What do they want you to know? All right. And they actually want you to have a soul journey card from Mr. James Van Prague. Wow, that came flying out. So let's see what they have here for you. So you've got grief here. And it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And let me just find the page here. There we are. So nothing is gone forever. The belief that we have lost someone or something is merely an illusion to assist us in learning to appreciate our having had it in the first place. The emotion of grief and the sense of loss are absolutely real, but that is the point. The lesson of loss is not about the actual physical separation, because the parting is temporary and illusory. The point of the lesson is to acknowledge that the bonds of love never end and that we have not been abandoned. When you accept in your heart that you will be reunited with everything you have ever loved, it will give you the ability to move beyond your grief and derive something beneficial from the experience. To wallow in grief is to pass up the opportunity that you and your soul family have devised and learn nothing from it. Instead, allow your grief to take you to a place of deeper understanding. Wow, I love that. What a great piece of wisdom, that we never truly lose anything in our life. Eventually, we will be reunited with everything back on the other side. So it's just temporary. I like that. So that's what they have for you, Zoe. Hopefully that resonated. But that's what Claudia wanted you to know. I love that. All right. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. And Butterfly A. Hey, hey. So you're still thinking about N. Does he think about you, or has he forgotten you? Let's take a look here. You know, with these two cards here, the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun is Leo energy, and it's about like diving deep into our unconscious and our subconscious. And the Nine of Pentacles, the nine is the hermit's journey, turning inward with spirit, but turning inward to really look at our own, our own worth in relationship to the outside world. So this is very inner type of energy. So I feel like when we're asking, do they think about me or have they forgotten me? They think about their interactions with you. They think about the impact of knowing you on them. They're not necessarily going, I wonder what Butterfly is doing. I wonder what da da da. They are more focused on them and their journey and more of your impact on them than about thinking about their impact on you, or what you're going through or what's happening. It's all about them. They're focusing on them, me, 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 and me. And that's what's going on. That's the kind of energy that's coming in as they're in this reflective mode, which I feel like that was kind of their attitude a lot before anyway, but I feel like they really are on a more reflective. So they do think about you. They haven't forgotten you. They'll never forget you. But they're just more focused on them. But you're like, yeah, I know. That's how they were. But that's what's going on there. So I don't feel like they're a backward moving individual. They're always forward moving. And so everything is experience and how it impacts them. And they don't, you know, think about going backward. It's always forward, forward, forward. So you can look at what are you thinking about them, right? How did, look at your thoughts around it, because the thoughts that you have around them are your shadow bringing them up for you to reflect on you. So what fears are there? What experiences do you feel you had? And look for the truths, the capital T truths in those for you, because every interaction is a divine appointment, happening, a mirror that happened on purpose for you, but the mirror's moved on, so the lessons are what you have left to look at. And so it's kind of like even being mirrored there, that it's a time for you to see about you and look inward for you. So you get to mirror what they're going through right now, in addition to that. All right, so that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings. And Rose, pink rose picture, you are up next. I have a few roses that visit here, bring beautiful fragrance to the chat room. And you want to know who is manifesting you in his life. I like that. Let's take a look here. So we do have someone with Page of Wands. So it is someone that knows their power, and is, focusing on what they want to draw into their life rather than, drawing in what they're fearing. So it is someone who is really into manifesting, because that would be like the Page of Wands. The magic wand is like the magician who's the master manifester. So they definitely are someone who knows how to focus their energy and what not to focus on to bring in. And it's kind of like they're, wanting to bring in someone who is, solid foundation. I feel like they've really locked in here their worth, because the Four of Pentacles is the journey of seeing that when they look to the outside world for their stability and their wholeness and all that, they realize the instability of how they felt about their worth, because people change, pass away, walk away. So relationships are unstable. Situations like jobs and education, etc., always changing, so they're unstable. And then things, our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions, they get stolen, they blow up, they burn down, they deteriorate, etc., right? So they really learned that when they were defining themselves by the outside world, how unstable it was. So that's when they learned to define themselves by the inward and upward. And when they stepped into their power, realizing whatever I focus on is what grows. I don't want to focus on the fears and all this other stuff. So someone who's very solid in themselves, and is a master manifester, they're very much, again, aware of their energies. So I like that for you, because that's someone that you want. And because they're raising their vibration there, you doing the same is what draws you guys together. So you can also look at those lessons, look at those, things that they've learned, and continue. I feel like you've already on that path, but to continue to raise that vibration up. So I like it for you, Rose. So that's what they have right now for you. So many, many blessings. All right. And so, Maju, you are up next. So you would like a message from your ancestor. And I'm being drawn to the numerology guidance card for you. So they must be a personality of mental, type of stuff here. Yeah, look at that. So the message from your ancestors is follow your dreams. Card number 85. Let's take a look here. So do you have a grandparent or someone that passed at 85 years old? Maybe. But so the this card indicates that it is a time for you to reach for the stars and follow your dreams, whatever they may be. With this card coming in, you're being encouraged by your ancestors to put your hopes and dreams at the forefront of your mind and to believe without a doubt that they are really coming true. Pay no mind to poverty consciousness, fear, or competition, because the universe is abundant and there is no limitation. Even though you have no control over how or when things will unfold, divine timing and order will ensure that everything serves your greater good. Let go of expectations and embrace the magic in the mystery. For in celebrating the unknown, you will attract synchronistic opportunities. Even when you feel as if success is way beyond your reach, never give up on your dreams because they really will come true. So, in order to improve your current situation, you're being asked by your ancestors to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to keep following your dreams. Your dreams are already set in motion and are unfolding in perfect timing. They cannot be taken away because they're already karmically etched in stone. Wow. And the affirmation for the card: I reach for the stars and follow my dreams. So, that is an encouragement from your ancestors who have experienced lifetimes of not living their dreams and having a life where they felt they were existing, where they're encouraging you to live a life where you feel like you're living instead and following those dreams, even if it's not what the family or whatever everybody else wants. They're like, do it anyway. You have our permission. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, Monjou. Many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list. I know, butterfly. I know. You are strong and powerful, though. All right. So, Patty, hello, hello. You are up. So, messages for the week ahead. Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about the week ahead? All right. All right. So, the week ahead is a transformative week. And I like this for you because, there's this energy of really allowing yourself to receive next week, because you have the 10 of Wands, which is, you know, investing a lot of energy and giving to everyone else, and, feeling like you don't have enough energy left over. The burden is so big that you want this flower for yourself, but you're like, oh, I just can't do it. Right. And so the Five of Pentacles here also is this feeling of abandonment, this feeling of being left behind and lack, where there's not enough left over for you because of this tendency with the Six of Pentacles, which, like, this is you and you're giving away your last drops of tea to someone else. But there's this awareness that's coming in, that why do you have this tendency to overgive to people, overgive to jobs, overgive to whatever in life, and feel like you only deserve a little bit back, right? So they're having you, like right now over the weekend, to look at the who was it when you were 7 years old and younger that you felt you had to overgive to in order to receive a little bit back. Because it's, as a child, we took it on as acceptable that I have to give like 1,000 love coins to someone to get one love coin back, whether it was a parent or a grandparent or teacher, coach, sibling, friend, whoever it was. And it's usually when our emotional body was developing, which is 7 years old and younger. And so when they have you go back and look at that, and you're like, who was it? We're bringing it from the subconscious to the conscious. And when we realize it and going, wow, I didn't realize that that was underneath there and it was impacting me all my life. It's a huge aha and revelation because we're like, yeah, that's not fair. 1 to 1,000. And when you realize it and you identify who it is, this little edit button appears on the scale and you can click it and you can delete those zeros. Then you save and it goes from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1. And then that goes back down into your subconscious. And it allows the energy around you where you might have felt like people just don't give to you, or jobs, and there's these blocks and these barriers in love or work or abundance or whatever. That's the crux. That's the we identify the crook. It was this belief, and once that gets adjusted, these forest fields that were keeping things away fall, and allows abundance, allows so much to come towards you. And this is what begins to happen next week. If you'll take some time today, it's Sunday, right? Take some time today just to reflect. And it's not judgment. It's not, you don't have to go back and relive stuff. It's more watching it from a moving train, or watching a monkey, at a zoo. You're safe from the poo flying because it's plexiglass. So you're safe. You can just watch it and see what, oh yeah, that's what happened. And then you feel things change. It just opens up things. So that's what I feel they have for you, Patty. Wow, I'm excited. This is feels very significant for you. So that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you, Patty. And let us know how that goes. I feel like it's going to be a flood of things coming in for you next week, where you are like, wow, after all this time, they never gave me a raise. And suddenly, boom, yeah, we're giving you a raise. You're just like, wow. So I like it. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. So up next, for the next free reading, we have Sudeshni Nadu. Hopefully, I didn't murder that too much there. So I like that there. And Zion Hamid, I do see your question, and I do go down in order, first come, first serve. So sometimes I know YouTube doesn't show that they posted your comment. And so I see you've posted it a few times. So you don't have to post it anymore. I do see it for you there. All right. So we'll continue moving down here. So Sudeshni, will you marry next year? Oh, okay. So let's take a look here, see what Spirit wants you to know. Oh, I don't see next year. I feel like you're going through this rebirth here. The Queen of Swords is balancing of heart and mind. She really is able to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, like fears and stuff that we have around marriage. It doesn't mean that you won't be in a relationship, but I don't feel like marriage happens yet, because you're on this journey of releasing some rules and some restrictions you have around marriage, um, and even a relationship and love, because you are going through this rebirth that allows, it's happening for you. You're able to have such a different type of loving, deep relationship because of this. So I feel like they're saying it's really, really worth the wait, because with the Three of Wands, it's like you were headed in one direction um, with the type of marriage that would probably end um, in not very peaceful ways, is what I'm feeling from it. But because of taking the time to change beliefs and thoughts and mindsets, and letting fears and this transformation that you're going through next year, It allows you to have a blissful, beautiful, deep, like where people type of marriage where people are like, I hate you, you have such a great marriage. And it's because of the work that you've done. And you'll be able to say, hey, it was not without, uh, it wasn't just given to me. I did the inner work to allow this. And so I love it for you, Sadeshni, because it's worth the wait. Well worth the wait. And just make sure to be aware of this balancing of heart and mind, and spend that time working on your that self-love and that inner love, and opening that pipeline of love open, because that is what allows this to happen. And the longer, the more energy and the more thought and the more um, action we take in that, the faster things move. The less action, the less energy you put into it, if we just kind of go allow things to take their way, it would be a lot longer, or you end up going that other direction. So they are letting you know all that for you because they want you to be able to experience that miraculous, unbelievable, almost too good to be true marriage that will happen with that process. So that's what they have for you, Sadeshni. So many blessings to you. I know it's well worth it, though. Just keep that in mind. The goal, the goal. All right. So that is what they have. So many blessings for you. And we are to Claudia P. Is that what it is? Claudia P. And you want to ask is he going to call you in the next days? You really miss him, you really want to talk to him, and you need to talk. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's take a look here. Well, all these cards. Sorry. Let me shuffle these real quick. All right. So is he going to call you in the next days? Well, we have one card that came out here, which is the Page of Wands, which is it's a positive card, because it's fiery, it's action, it's movement. So I feel like you will have contact in the next day's action. Maybe not calling necessarily, but there's action that happens. So maybe a text, something like that. I don't know if it'll be a phone call, but there will be communication that will come in here. I feel like the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, they hold the Ace of Wands, and there's this opportunity to understand your power as well. And I feel like what you're learning through this experience, that Spirit would like you to know, is your energy is very powerful, and whatever you focus on is what grows and expands in your life. So when we focus on what we're grateful for, more things to be grateful for expand. When we focus on what we do want, that comes in. When we focus in on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, these things expand. However, if we're also focusing on, if we're focusing on missing something, missing someone, the missingness grows. So, or if we're focusing on something in our life that we don't want, it grows. So basically, when we focus on our fears, if I fear losing something in my life, my energy will repel it out of my life. Kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Also, if I fear something will come into my life, I actually hook it and draw it in as well. So when you have these feelings of missing, try and experiment with moving it to being grateful for who they are, what you do have in your life, for the time that you get to talk. And instead of focusing on what is not happening and missing, focus on what you do, and you'll see this change, right? I almost feel like when you move this energy, ring, 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 it's like you can get that. So I feel like they're focusing in on energy and the power of your energy as well at this time for you. So that's what they have for you, Claudia P. So many blessings to you. And Alex, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Ashley. And you want to know, how is Mikhail, the Virgo, feeling about you lately? All right. Hello. Let's see what is going on here. How are they feeling about you lately? Anything else? Okay. Oh. All right. Well, I can see here that they've almost feel like they've been in a hermit mode, right? Because they've been kind of, just pushed back and pulled back, doing some inner reflection. Because the Queen of Cups here, they roll over emotion, but all the queens are given a second portion of emotion. So deep, deep emotions, really looking, finding out what is going on, what is happening, under the, surface, and really doing this super reflection, So they definitely have feelings, and they've been really looking deeply in here, um, because we also have the Emperor and the King of Wands. So the Emperor, both of these are fiery energy. The Emperor is like Aries energy, which is new action, new birth, um, you know, not listening to other people here. All these advisors telling them who they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to do, what happened next. They're just really going, oh, I've had enough of that. And so this is, we're just entering Aries season, which is new birth, new movement, action, action, action. King of Wands, action, 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 and passion too. Really mastering, Emperor and King, really stepping into their power. What do they want? What do they want to do? Where they want to head? So they're really, with this emotion here, I feel like they've stepped back to really try to grasp what they're feeling, and they're getting ready here to express those to you, with these energies coming in. So there's a lot of fire. So I like that they have emotion, because the difference between emotion and fire and passion is like, I'm really attracted to you, and emotion is, I love you, and so we like the difference between the two, right? Yeah, I do feel like communication will come soon. I just feel like they're in this big, big, super reflective hermit mode type of thing, where they're trying to figure out what they want. But I do feel like you will hear from them with that, all that fire. Well, there you go, all that fire energy, that's coming in there. So, you know, they, and it makes sense. Virgo, energy. I think they're ruled by Mercury, and so they do feel this energy that is, about thinking, analyzing, review, that type of stuff as well. So they can get um, sucked into their mind very, very easily, and get distracted off into overthinking things too. We got the Four of Swords. Swords is communication. Four, so either 4 days, 4 weeks, um, or April. So, which all of that happens in April. So I feel like in April, at some point, they'll have reached their cost benefit analysis, deduction, and reasoning within them to do that. So that's what, you know, I feel is coming through for you there. So that's what they have for you, Ashley. So I know, while we're waiting, Spirit always says it's a time. Things are going slow in the outside world for us, so that we can look at our self-love and open up our love pipeline, because what clogs it has to do with our own love for ourselves. And the more we expand that, the more it opens up the love flow in the outside world too. So that is what they have for you right now. Thank you again so much for your donation. Hey, Ramesh, thank you so much for being a new subscriber. I do see your question, and it's good here. Wow, I'm almost to my 2 hours. So just let everyone know as well. For free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. So I'll eventually get down. Usually I'm on for about 2 hours, so I try to get through as many as I can. But if anyone wants me to prioritize their reading, a donation of any kind, I do honor, like I just did for Ashley, great example. So I step out, I go deeper into those, and once I'm done, I go back in order and I continue going down, first come, first serve for those. So I do see your question there, Ramesh, and so we'll see if we're able to get down that far here. So I will get back into the free readings and quit blabbing, and let's get back to those. All right, Alex. So love reading for you. Let's take a look here and see. Whoa, what does Spirit want you to know? Half the deck goes flying here, but these two cards did come out. So let's look at these here. Of course, we have the Knight of Cups, which is movement of love. I love this card of, because they're showing the pursuit of movement, the playing of the heart, letting the heart sing. The Judgment card here for me tells me two things. One, you have kind of some double endings and double new beginnings that are happening in your life that are allowing this movement of emotion to come in. And this is your higher self too, tooting the horn, having you, while you're waiting for things to unfold and have this movement happen, things move faster the more you connect to your higher self, to this higher love. It allows things to move forward, allows things to flow more. And I love that you have a horn and a guitar. So the music, letting, this, your heart express itself is an important thing as well, not holding back, but allowing it to sing and allowing it to express itself too. So if you have an opportunity to go listen to a band or join something where there's music, if you're into music, playing it or writing or whatever, I feel like this is such a strong message too around music, opportunities for music. So let that be a confirmation if you were thinking about going to a concert or inviting someone to go to a concert with you or something like that. It's like, do it for sure. All right. So that's what they have for you, Alex. Many blessings to you. We'll continue moving on down the list. And Sartika Malik, you are up next. So guidance regarding marriage. Let's see what Spirit has for you here. So this is a time here with the regarding marriage. The Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. There is this birthing that can come regarding marriage. But the Page of Swords is really, the wish fulfillment, the wishing upon, making up words now, wishing upon, a star. This is like a dandelion, which, like in the United States, it's a common thing to make a wish and blow on that. But the Page of Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations around, since we're talking about marriage, it's the rules, all the stuff that we have built up around what marriage should be, supposed to be, need to be. This feels like a time for you to really look at what do you feel you wish around marriage and why. What are all these thoughts and these beliefs? There's some fears in there of losing conditional love, and I feel like it's a time for you to really focus on you. The Queen of Pentacles is like the Empress, where she's like Mother Nature that doesn't have as many rules as society does or organized spirituality and religions. She's free from all these requirements and, laws and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos, where, we have love has been whittled down to a very small road of how something has to happen this certain way. And it's this freedom that comes from it. There's this cutting away of these thoughts and these beliefs to where you're letting go of control of the who and the when and the hows, and allowing more flow to come in here. It's like this freedom that's coming in where you're getting to really reflect on what you want, not what everyone else has told you you're supposed to want. So I feel like this is the guidance they're having, is like things are kind of on a holding pattern so that you can see here what it is you really want, not what, you've been convinced you're supposed to want. So I feel like that's what they have here right now for you, Sarita. So many blessings to you. So hang in there as you go through that process, because it's worth it. You'll be much happier. Your heart will be happy. The mind goes, well, you need to check off these things, then you'll be happy. And the heart goes, no, you won't. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. So that's what's coming in. So that is what they have for you. And so up next, we've got Jot, J-O-T. Hello. You want to know are Preet's current feelings towards you, and when will he call you? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Okay. There's a loud sound outside. Sorry if you can pick that up on here. Sounds like a helicopter. Are they going to land on the house? So their current feelings for you, we have the Empress here. So they see you as sensual. They see you as Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. They not that they see you as pregnant, but they see you as someone that's very nurturing, would be a wonderful, companion, mother, very giving, very nurturing, just a wonderful, divine, feminine type of energy. And whether we're male or female, or how we identify, that's we all have that, and we can have a nurturing thing, even regardless of what we have. That's just for everyone. As far as when will they call you, it looks like here they have the 5 of Wands and the Page of Swords. So this is new communication. Excuse me. Swords is, among other things, conversation, speaking, communicating. So there is new communication that will be coming here. The 5 of Wands does show a transformation of some energy that's going on here. There's some conflicting energy, some fears that they're working through here. And I feel like the 5 is standing out. So it's either 5 days, 5 weeks, May. The energies are changing. When we're looking at future things, it's so flexible because it has to do with what's going on with inside them. There's this energy change that's happening that, is moving from something that feels like fear into something that feels like love. So I just feel like whatever is going on in their life, they just have to figure out some things before they'll feel comfortable reaching out. And I feel it's more towards the 5 days than the 5 weeks or May, because that's a long ways off. But I feel like it's going to be sooner than later that they do reach out to you. But they are just figuring out some energetic things, some where they're investing their energy. I just feel like they have this conflict in their life that's distracting them and demanding their attention, and that has to be transformed first. So that's what they have for you, Jad. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Thank you so much, Anya Huya. I appreciate that. All right, Chocolate Melanin. Good evening to you from France. And you'd like to ask how your current boyfriend feels. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. All right. Wow, so you got the 4 and the 5 of Wands. I just put this back in, it came flying out again. So they have the 4 of Wands, which they have this feeling of joy and celebration, and this is companionship and, very stable energies. And then they have the 5 of Wands, so they also have this um, conflicting type of fiery energy that comes in here. A lot of passion, which, that's my French impression. My apologies. But it's like, passion. French are very passionate people, right? So they definitely have a lot of passion here. They just move in here. They go from some fears. I feel like it's like cyclical for them, right? They'll, did they rubber band and did they like passion and then woo and then passion and then woo? Excuse me. I feel like that's what happens with them because they're working through some fears. They've had some heartache in the past, That's what makes it. Are they an artist? I feel like it's what makes a true artiste is feeling, these passions, feeling and then feeling the pain and feeling the passion. But I feel like they kind of just come and they go and they come and they go. They have a lot of joy, a lot of passion and celebration, energy with them. But I feel like they also have this tendency to step back, to um, embrace their fears, embrace their pain. I feel like they just enjoy doing that. Uh, I just have this artistic feel about it that, artists, they feel deeply and they feel everything so expansively and they just love to embrace it all. And then because it comes through in their art and their expression. That's kind of what I feel is going on with them right now. So that's what they have. What do you need to know right now, Chocolate Melanin? So many blessings to you. And next up, we have Benita Bala. And you want to know, what does Gurpreet miss about you? Let's take a look here. Let's see what they want you to know here. All right. Well, we have the Fool card here, which is not nothing. What there's like this excitement, the newness, this adventurous feel that they had about, in the beginning, and they like that. They like the excitement of getting to know who you were, and you know, just the excitement of this adventure. They liked that. That's one of the things they miss about you and your interaction was just this sense of adventure, is what is coming through. So that is what they have for you. And just want to let everyone know here. So I'm at the top of my second hour. So first, I do want to thank everyone for all the thumbs up you've given the video here. I really, really appreciate that. While I have everybody here, I just want to make sure everyone knows that each week I do have on Mondays a giveaway. So if you want to get into the chance of winning a 1-hour personal recorded reading, or I am celebrating reaching 1,500 plus YouTube subscribers. So thank you guys for all you have subscribed. I'm also giving away 5 15-minute personal recorded readings. So check out that video if you want to see how you can get into the drawing, which we have until the end of today to get into, because I will draw names tomorrow. Also, in case you guys haven't checked it out yet, I do have a lot of free content, and here is the link to April's readings that are coming up here for each individual zodiac sign. So just wanted to make sure everyone is aware of that here. Usually on for 2 hours. We're getting kind of close to the bottom, so I'm going to continue to pull here, but I'm going to kind of go into kind of a lightning round where instead of pulling a couple cards, I'm going to pull one card for each remaining free reading. If you want me to go deeper, though, I still will honor donations in this session. So if you want me to go deeper, a donation of any kind, I will honor that. And I'll prioritize you, complete it in this session, and also dive deeper for you. So, but because I've been on for 2 hours, kind of going to speed it up a little bit here. And I do want to make sure, everyone gets at least a little message from Spirit here. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. We have Suman. Hello. Hi from India. And you do have a question here. It looks like 26 tapes slid in before your question, though. So I'm going to take care of them, and then I will be to you next. So 26 tapes. Hey, so what does Arthur think of you? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. So the Hierophant. Hierophant is, someone, they see you as a priest. No, I'm just kidding. But the Hierophant is this person that seeks after truth. So one of the things that they really stands out is that you're an honest person. You're truthful. You're not blunt and rude much, right? You might be blunt, but you're not rude. You are very, and blunt is even a strong word. You're very honest and forthcoming, and you want people to express the truth as well. And so I feel like they recognize this in you, that you are someone that does seek the truth of yourself. Like they see that you're someone that really analyzes and does self-work, right? But you also want people to feel comfortable being their authentic selves, and you hate masks. And I think that comes across to them especially. So they see that in you, and they like that for you. So that's one thing that they like about you that Spirit wants you to know, and very, very much appreciated. So that is what they have for you right now, 26 tapes. So many blessings to you. And Suman Madeshia, I totally probably murdered that. My apologies. So you want background on Namah Shive and love guidance. Okay, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know here. So the background on them, the star card here is very Aquarian energy. Do they happen to be an Aquarius, or they have a lot of Aquarius in their chart? The background on them that they want you to know is they are someone that, has this desire to change the world, right? They have this desire to impact the world in a positive way. They also do a lot of thinking. I feel like they are very much in their head a lot. They think about things, they overthink things, they dive deep into thinking. Emotions, maybe they might be a little bit hesitant in sharing them because they're contained. Even though Aquarius is a air sign, even though they're a water bear, they're an air sign, which is where all the thinking comes in. But that water bear allows them to contain their emotions. So sometimes people think Aquarians don't have emotion, but they do. They just are very well contained, right? So some information on that, if you're like, yeah, they are a big thinker, and all that explains why they don't share their emotions openly. But if you want to engage them mentally, because then the passion will come out in that. The other thing around love guidance is, this is a wish fulfillment card. And I feel like Spirit regarding love is really try to understand, like, if you had one wish, what would that be? Why do I want what I want around love? Is it truly what I want, or is it what I've been told I want? Because when you're walking along a beach and you find a little mini genie in a mini lamp that's going to grant you one love wish, it's like, well, wait a minute. Let me make sure it's something I really want and not something that everyone has told me I want. So that's what I feel like their guidance right now regarding love is for you. So that is what they have for you, Suman. So many blessings to you. Hey, Tanya Batra. Hello, hello. Will you score highest in your class? Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. Wow. Sorry. Lost almost half the deck. thankfully we caught it. We didn't have to do 78 card, or these even have more card pickup. All right, so will you score highest in your class? Let's take a look here. We have the 8 of Wands here, which is a lot of energy, a lot of, I feel like you've reached heights here. Maybe not the highest in your class, but definitely, I mean, look at here. There's all the stuff that's lifted them so high in the sky. You very, very highly scored, though, with this energy here. I don't feel with this energy, maybe not like the highest, but definitely very high. How many there's 8, the top 8% of your class, or the top 8 of your class. It's definitely up in that high range. So I like that for you. So that's what they have. All right, so let me just make sure here as we move down the list. Ramesh, haven't skipped you yet. You're down the list, so I am getting to you though. So thank you for your patience hanging in there. So Vrinda, you want to know, was your husband your twin flame? All right, let's take a look here. So they actually give you 2 cards, which is the King of Swords and the 9 of Cups. This isn't twin flame energy. I have a video around what twin flames are. Let me just post that here for everyone in case you were. It was a pick a card around what messages from your soulmate, your soul partner, or twin flame. And it goes in talking about here about what each of them are as well, which I did not know the detail that they brought through until I did the reading. And so the twin flame, it feels more, soulmatey that you had, which is, they help challenge your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around what dreams come true. Excuse me, what does a wish come true mean? And so I feel like more they were a significant soulmate, which a soulmate is someone like a stepping stone in your life. Soul partner is someone that you end up with the rest of your life. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be family or friends. But soulmates are, friends, family, even schoolmates, pets, whatever. There's these souls. We all have souls that come down and they help us on our path as we help them on their path. So this divine appointment between the two. So they're stepping stones. They help us. Soul partner is someone we end up with, spending the rest of our life with. And a twin flame, you need to watch the video on that. They are like it's very passionate and intense attraction, and we can't get away from them with dealing with all of our things. Like it's almost like a master's class of being forced to stare at ourselves in a mirror. We can't get away from it. It's very intense energy. We don't necessarily have a twin flame. We don't want a twin flame every lifetime because it is like working on our vacation. It's like, that's okay. I don't want to do all of that every time. So check out that video, but I don't feel like they were your twin flame, just a soulmate. All right. Hey, Rose with an R. I have several roses that come in, so I like to differentiate. So that's Rose with the brown R, brown with a white R. Hello. You want to know what are George's feelings for you? So let's take a look here and see what they have here. So we have the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is passion, passionate energy, but it's a transformational energy. So I almost feel like the energy starts off being a bit conflicting. Like, I don't know if things were heated when you guys, meet or interact. But it's almost like this, um, you like if you're both fire signs, you both express your fire. And if people on the outside would be like, oh my God, are they about to fight? But you like the banter, you like this little fireness that goes back and forth, and it's transforming into something more deeper. It's almost like how they say people are like, oh my God, will you guys just get a room? You can feel this tension between you guys that's just drawing yourselves together, but it feels conflicting, but it's drawing you together. That's the kind of what I feel. There's this energy here that is transforming, though. That's interesting. But that's what they have for you, Rose. So hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you. And next up we have, is that Ximena Romero? Hello, hello. You want to know, does Daniel Ortega Lion, will they speak to you again? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Will you guys speak? All right. I feel like this temperance is patience and time. In time, you will, but there's things that are unfolding, things that are transforming in your guys' lives that has to happen first before you'll speak again. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So just trust the timing, and you will speak again. Um, whatever kind of results from that speaking again, that's another question, right? But that is the answer to your question. It's just going to take a little bit of time. All right, Samantha, thank you so much for your question. That's what they have. And then Maria 91, can you please know what Roger feels for you and wants you to know? All right, let's take a look here. Wow, 10 of Cups. So they do have these feelings of togetherness, and I feel like this is like a dream. This is like what they would wish could happen. This is what's in their heart. But I feel like what they want you to know is they're scared. I just feel like there's this tentativeness, this emotion that's coming in with it of like, this is what I would want, but I don't feel I deserve it. I fear it. They just have all this block that's keeping them from it. It's almost like what I'm seeing in my head is someone standing in a museum looking at a painting of this. Like they're like, I can't be a part of that. I'm out here looking at this, and I'm seeing this, and this is what I want, but I feel like I can't jump into the picture because I'm out here. So that's kind of interesting energy, but that's what they have for you there, Maria. Hopefully that resonates for you. That's what they have. All right, Needy Saravaya, you are up next there. And you want current feelings and messages of Kaval the X for you. Oh no. I love your happy crying smiley face. Wow. So 4 of Pentacles. Their current feelings here, they're having this solid feeling in the outside world. I kind of feel like they've kind of caged themselves away, though. With this 4 of Pentacles, the big energy that comes with that is when we deal with instability in our outside world, because we're taught to define our worth by relationships, situations, and things. And when they don't unfold as being stable, it shakes our worth to the core, right? Because relationships, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So those feel unstable. And situations, like job, education, those never stay the same. And things, bodies, bank accounts, whatever, that breaks down, blows up, deteriorates, stolen. So eventually we have so much disappointment, so much of the outside world that feels unstable that it just shakes our core. And so, on one hand, they the current feelings towards you is that, our relationship was unstable, but then they're realizing that when they get over being so focused on one thing, as they step back, they realize, oh, all these relationships were all these situations. And I feel like they've really, I almost feel like they've locked themselves in their house, because they're reflecting a lot on things and going through those things. So I feel like, you know, there's this little, um, I'm gonna say an apology, because I feel like they would never apologize, but it's almost like, I admit that, um, it's not just you, if that makes sense. So there's like, okay, I'm starting to get it, that I'm seeing the world in a different way. It wasn't just you, it's everything on the outside world. And so they're really coming to like some epiphanies. Maybe they'll never admit, like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't feel like they will. That's the type of person they are. But they'll at least admit, okay, I'll admit it's not just you. Are you going to apologize? No. But that's what's coming through. So that's what they have for you, needies. So many blessings for you. All right. So let me continue looking down here. So next up here, we're almost to the bottom there. So thank you guys for hanging in there. Krishna Dewani, you are up and you'd like a love reading for Kamlesh. Let's take a look here. So we have the Page of Wands here, which is new passion, new movement, new fire, new energy that comes in here. So, this also is a message about being aware of where we're investing our energy and stepping into your power, knowing that you have so much more input into your life than in co-creating your life than you realize, because whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands. So when we focus in on what we're grateful for in our life, like what we're grateful for with Kamlesh, that more things to be grateful for grow and expand. If we feel like we're missing something, or there's something in our life that we don't want, then that missingness grows. More things to miss about them grow. More things that we don't like grow. Basically, what we fear grows and expands. If we fear something will leave our life, we will eject them out of our life with our energy. If we fear we'll draw something in, we will cook it and draw it in with our energy. But if we focus on what we're grateful for, what we do want to come in, focusing on joy and laughter and peace, that expands instead. So I feel like with the love here, there is passion. There's this passion that's igniting, but the energy that you're able to influence with your intention, where you're putting your energy, really is impactful with this love with Kamlesh. So that is what they have for you right now, Krishna. So many blessings to you. Up next, we have Rawwinder Kaur. You'd like to know Manpreet's feelings for you. Let's take a look here. Nope, none of those. All right, so we've got the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is peace of mind, which feels like they are, when you're asking for their feelings, it seems like they're a big thinker with getting swords. So they've been dropping expectations around supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos, and they're really seeing you from a different perspective. So I feel like their thoughts have gained clarity and more stability. And I like that for you. I just feel like they're very much a big think, and emotions. Oh, that's in the back seat. We'll get to that eventually, but I got to do my thinking. And so I don't feel like feelings are being expressed yet. I feel like they're still going through like this thinking, thought review around things. But I like the stability of it coming in, because that means there's less conflict in their head that was in there before. So things are starting to click, which eventually will activate emotion, but I feel like they're stuck in their head. A big thinker. So that's what they have for you right now, Raminder. So many blessings to you. All right. And we took care of that one there. All right, Claudia P. I'm so glad that some thinking has been transforming. I like it. All right. All right, Ramesh. Thank you for being a new subscriber. And I see all your pink hands there waving. Hey. So thank you for being a new subscriber and for liking the video. It's a good time for me to thank everyone too, as well, for all the thumbs up that you give the video. I really, really appreciate it. It's something that you can do that's free, and it seems small, but it really helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys for giving us a thumbs up by clicking the like button and for being part of the love tsunami. So thank you so much. All right, Ramesh, let's take a look here. And you want to know Monika Guki's real feelings and intentions towards you. All right. You are being brave. Let's take a look here. See what Spirit has for you. So real feelings and intentions. So the real feelings, we have here the King of Cups, which is balancing of heart and emotion. So they do have feelings here, but I feel like they're balanced in the ship here. Very balanced individual. So they have emotion and they have thoughts and thinking, but it just feels very balanced. They don't go extreme emotional. They don't go extreme thinking. They just kind of, it's like here, right? So you don't feel like, well, I want extreme passion or some extreme show me, but I feel they're so balanced. I understand why you're wondering what's going on. Do you like me or not? Yeah, I like you. Well, prove it, right? I kind of feel like there's that type of energy going on. Intentions here, we have the Magician, which does show that they do have intention to express some passion, take action towards you, but I just feel like they're so balanced. It's like, really, you're going to take a sailing ship across the ocean to get to me? That'll take, 3 months to get to me, when you can take a plane and be here in a day. Chop, chop. So I feel like that this is the energy that's coming in, is that they like taking their time to get there. It will get there, but rather than being a jet plane that gets to you fast and that they express it fast, it's like a slow moving sailing ship that's sailing around the world to get to you. You're like, oh my God, hurry up, right? So I feel like that's what's coming through here right now for you. So hang in there. Many blessings to you, Ramesh. And again, thank you for your patience there. I know it took me a while to get down to you. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Nidhi, for responding. Thank you for that. All right, LA. So LA, why did Aaron the Aquarius choose you to connect with, and why did he become silent after you helped him? Ramesh, I just finished your reading. So if you rewind like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, you'll find it. I know sometimes there's a delay depending on where you're at in the world. So if you rewind, give it like 5 or 10 minutes, you can backtrack and listen to your reading. Oh, no problem at all. I know, because sometimes I'll say stuff and people will respond, and I'm like, well, I just did your reading. Like, oh, sorry, I just thought, so I know there's a delay because we're going throughout the world. So no problem at all. All right, LA, let's take a look here. Why did this Aquarius choose to connect with you and then become silent? Let's take a look here. So we've got the 10 of Swords here. And of course, swords are our thoughts, beliefs, our mindsets, air energy, Aquarius, So, communication, they like changing the world. They like reaching out. They like having multiple connections with a lot of different people. And, a lot of this, you know, they just, the why they chose to connect with you, it feels very networky, if that makes sense, because this is like the network of a lot of communications, being the center of a lot of communications. And then why they become silent after you helped them. They just can get so consumed in so many different things in so many different ways, um, that I feel like they lose track of things, that things fall between the cracks, that because they have so many interactions and so much communication, I just feel like they can lose people very easily. That they with their energy, with where they're at, because this is lower vibrational Aquarian energy. No, I don't feel like you purposely. It's like they don't purposely use people. It's just like they have so many things going that they just. It's like they're scattered in so many different places that they'll go, okay, I need to do this, and then they do that, and they go, okay, I will get back to them, but there's these other 150 people I'm getting back to, and everything just gets lost in between things. So uh, I just feel like I don't feel like the intention was to purposely use, but they are this master networker that it's all about the networking, and they'll connect and connect and connect and connect, and I feel like they bite off more than they can chew in connecting, and that they just it just feels it reminds me of someone, that I dated once, where no matter where we went they knew someone, and the common thing that would come up in conversations was, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. Yeah, 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 I know you're on my list, and so sorry I didn't get back to you, but I will." And they're just like, "I don't think you will." And people felt used, but I knew that they really didn't, I knew their heart because I actually hung around with them more than most people. But I was like, they just don't get that they're just so that's what they have there for you, LA. So many blessings to you. All right. Next up here, we have Zian Hamid. And you want to know, will Mahmoud divorce and when? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. Oh, right. Oh, okay, there we go. the the first card that came out was the Queen of Cups, which is like this. They roll over emotion, and they're given like a second portion of water and emotion. And I feel like they're saying trust your gut in the situation here, because they feel like you are very intuitive, you have a gut instinct, and things are there. The Devil card here represents like Saturn energy, which is the shaking and the rattling, and it just feels like this unfolding of things, this testing of things and beliefs and mindsets of, that comes in, and it just feels like there's this um, definitely a rattling of cage, a rattling of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And I feel like, I don't know, it is this unknown. The Queen of Cups reminds me of the High Priestess, which is the unknown. There's hidden things. There's a lot going on underneath the surface. And it's almost like it could go either way right now with energies, because there's so much flooding in to their life and their what's going on with them, that it just feels like a tsunami of emotion and activity has hit their life, and they're really trying to figure things out. And I feel like at this point in time, that's the energy that is existing, and the outcome is being veiled from me right now because we're not supposed to know yet. It's the process of not knowing, whichever side of this that you're on, but it's like the what is happening, and the shaking and the rattling, these fears that everyone in the situation has is being brought up for us to look at, and to kind of look at, why do I feel this way? Why are these triggers happening? What do I want to know about all this? So I feel like there's this not knowing going on here, but they really are pushing you into the Queen of Cups energy for you to dive deep and trust in your gut and your instinct to go, I know what's going on. I feel like I know what's going on. And they're saying, trust those feelings because you're really in tune with your intuition. So trust that. But I feel like they're wanting you to go with the not knowing of the outside world to build the trust of your intuition of what's going on the inside. And the difference between your intuition and your higher self that's speaking to you, and the devil energy, the shadow energy, which is our fears speaking. So there's a difference between, I fear, that I'm going to get a divorce, or that someone's not going to get a divorce, versus, you know what, I don't think they are, or I feel they are, or I see what's going on. There's a big difference in the energy of those two. And it feels like this is like a period of time where your spirit is wanting just to have things veiled for a little bit, for you to hone your skill, hone that voice within you. So hopefully that makes sense for you. But that's what they have for you, Zion. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. Very good. Very good. Oh, thank you. So glad that uh, brought some significant message to you, Maria. All right. Well, actually, suddenly, boom, we're at the end. So, a big thank you once again for everyone for all your love and your support, and for your thirst and hunger after spirit. I will be back this evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is in about 5.5 hours. So, if you want to try joining me then, I will be back. I do put out an announcement an hour-ish before the reading, in which you can, if you have your notification setting set to all, then you'll be notified of that beforehand, and you can actually jump in, like going to a concert that doesn't have reserved tickets, and you can everyone still hear me? Hello, hello, hello. So hopefully, can anyone hear me? um, but I forgot what I was saying there. Sorry. Can anyone hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Oh, the same thing happened yesterday, like at 2.5 hours. I wonder if it's spirit saying, get off here. So let me see here. Hello? Maybe. Oh, is it back now? Okay. Can you hear me typing? So they didn't have a yes or a no. Um, yeah, they didn't have a yes or a no. They were basically, saying that it was, they're getting hit by this huge, huge wave of emotion and change and all this stuff in their life that it's like they're not sure what they're doing. They're just kind of in this daze or this, it's after you get like, if you get hit by a wave in the ocean and just get somersaulted and you don't know what's up and down and where everything is and where everything is going. And um, so there's this, you know, they're saying trust your gut, trust your instinct. You have this great knowing, and it's like almost like they have it veiled, the outcome veiled from me right now, because they want you to be able to see the difference between the voices of your intuition and your higher self and voices of fear of that something will or will not happen, and to feel the difference between what's like I'm afraid this is going to happen or this isn't going to happen, and like what, I feel like this is going to happen or this isn't going to happen, and really fine tuning that voice within you, because you have this great gift of connecting to the spirit world, and they're kind of wanting you to zero in on it. So I like it for you. I know. I mean, like, I wish we had a yes or a no, but in this case, they're like, not yet. So that is what they have. And again, thank you so much. So sorry, I don't know if my internet cut out too, or not, because my little voice thing wasn't moving. So that's weird. But there we go. That is the message. So thank you guys again so much for all your love, all your being here. And if you um, haven't entered into my weekly drawing yet, here is the link. Every Monday, I do put out I do a drawing for a free reading, and I've been celebrating for reaching 1,500 plus YouTube subscribers the last couple weeks. This is the last Monday I'll be giving away a 1 hour person recorded reading and 5 15-minute personal recorded readings. So if you want to get into that drawing, check out that video. Other than that, I will be back tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I am off on Monday and Tuesday nights for my lives, but if you want to check me out outside of that, I'd love to see you. So that is what we have going on now. So thank you guys so much. Please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And until I see you soon, much love, and you take care.